Greetings. My name is David Highsmith, and I would like to weigh in on everything that's going on as far as race relationships is concerned, especially what's happening in Ferguson. And what prompted me to make this video is some statement that Charles Barkley made on some news interviews about what's going on in Ferguson. But let me just say that I disagree with pretty much everything that he said, and he don't speak for black people. I don't know how he can act like racism don't exist in this country, and especially racism against African Americans. When you have people like on January the 24th, 2004, Timothy Stanberry, Brooklyn, New York, killed by a police officer unarmed. You have on November the 25th, 2006, Sean Bell, killed by police, Queens, New York, unarmed. But he said racism don't exist. He said police officers are not just shooting blacks. When you have on January the 1st, 2009, Oscar Grant, Oakland, California, killed by a police officer unarmed. You got January the 29th, 2010, Aaron Campbell, Portland, Oregon, killed by a police officer unarmed. You have July 18th, 2011, Alonzo Ashley, Denver, Colorado, killed by a police officer unarmed. March the 7th, 2012, Wendell Allen, New Orleans, killed by a police officer unarmed. You have September the 14th, 2013, Jonathan Farrow, Charlotte, North Carolina, killed by a police officer unarmed. September the 14th, 2013, July 17, 2014, Eric Garner, which we got news today, went free. The police officer went free after killing him. He was in Staten Island, New York, unarmed. You have August the 9th, 2014, Michael Brown, Ferguson, Missouri, killed by a police officer unarmed. Blacks can't get no justice. All black people wrong. We need to shut up and be quiet. We get mad when things don't go our way. Tell me, when do things go our way, Charles Barkley? I mean, are you so untouched with our community that you can make such outlandish statements? What's wrong with you? You don't speak for us. You don't back us. You say you open up your comments. You hope will open up an open dialogue. How you gonna have a dialogue with us when you come off accusatory, telling us that we wrong because we want to live, because we want to fight for family? You mean to tell me that? And I don't know, how old are you? Are you 55, 60? I mean, how old are you? You never experienced racial profiling? You know. I mean, how can you, Charles Barkley, because they got you on TV, they want to interview you? How are you going to be a spokesman for anybody? Morally, you can't do it. Ethically, you can't do it. You're not a law-abiding citizen. I mean, you the same one out here soliciting prostitution. You forgot some of you forgot your lifestyle, but yet you want to point fingers. I don't think you're the one that they should even be interviewing about this situation. Let me state some of the other. You called the people scumbags. You said blacks are not always right. When are we ever right? I like to go back to that. When are we ever right? You said that this country was built on done things in all the right ways, you say. You know, non-violence, and we believe in non-violence. Let me make that clear. And also, we know that all police are not bad. Thank God for the good ones, and we salute the good ones. But we're not talking about the good ones right now. We're talking about the racist ones, the ones that get hired. They are trained to be trained killers. They racist. How do you measure if you got a racist police officer joining the force? I mean, have anybody even asked the question concerning that? You say you open up a dialogue. Well, let me ask you something. Was the Boston Tea Party, was they peaceful when they rebelled against England? What about the Civil War when they were fighting over whether slavery was going to exist? Was that peaceful? And I'm not justifying the riot and looting, because we all know that that's not right. But we do know that that is a part of Americans' history. I mean, it doesn't make sense. I mean, you tell me, why do you have to have the President of the United States speak about racial profiling with the police department that's supposed to be defending the people, that's supposed to be for justice? I don't understand this. I don't know where you grew up at, and I don't know what your experiences were, but amongst most African American men, we have experienced racism and still experience it on a daily basis. But you've been so removed that maybe your wealth have made you feel like you are somebody else. You know, that you from another community, you have another people group. I don't know, but you don't speak for us. You trying to tell me that these people are not don't feel the pain of racism, about the pain of death that we experience in our communities? Come on, Charles Barkley. You don't speak for us. I don't know who you think you are, but you don't speak for us. This is a serious issue. And if you're not going to add anything constructive to it, don't say anything at all. Don't say anything at all. What happens when law is eroded by law? You know, what is right at that point? Who's to say what's right when law itself has been eroded? What is right? Is it is everybody supposed to practice civil obedience to something that's not right? Fundamentally, are we not supposed to believe our eyes and our ears and our experiences? Just because you get up there and you want to, we applaud good policemen. We work with them, but we also have enough common sense and education and know and experiences to back up that not all of them are good. Not all of them are good. And some of them don't mean you no good in the African American community. And it's a shame that you have to tell your sons, Black, African, and even other minority groups, that you have to tell your sons, we have to tell our sons and our daughters that if a policeman pull you over, make sure you get in the light. Make sure you could be seen, that others can see what's going on, because this distrust is there. And this is not a distrust because you are a criminal, because you done something wrong, or you have a felony or things of that nature. Because all of us don't have felonies. So I just wanted to just weigh in on that, the Boston Tea Party, the Civil War, and even our freedom, the Civil Rights Movement, and even before the Civil Rights Movement. There were different people that disagreed in the African American community. Remember Martin Luther King and Malcolm X? They didn't agree on everything and how everything should be done. We have disagreed in our community, trying to find a solution of peace. We have disagreed many times, fighting for justice in the American way. But let me close with this one thing. I just want to throw one more tad bit out there. You know, I'm disturbed every time I hear people say, well, a lot of crimes are committed in the African American community. Statistics bear this out. And I pondered one day when somebody said that to me, and well, when did they start taking these statistics? Did they take that statistics when during the civil rights period, or even before the civil rights period, when, in all due respect, but when many Caucasian men, white men, was raping their great 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 granddaddies, was raping my great 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 grandmother. Yeah. When was the statistics when America, during the time of slavery and all the injustices that took place amongst our people, which are many, detailed, documented, written in books, written in songs, or to tradition passed down. When most of America was committing these crimes against us, who was keeping a tab on the statistics then? When they were committing the crimes against us, and it was lawful. And just because it was lawful don't make it right. Because God had put in their heart that what they were doing was wrong against any people. Charles Barkley don't speak for us. I don't care who he is. I don't care what his credentials is. He don't speak for us. God bless you. Signing off, David Highsmith.